Welcome back to Reality Hits Matt. I'm your host, Michelle.
And I'm Matt.
This is a podcast where I watch reality TV and my husband reacts. Before we get started, Matt, do you want to give us the recap of what happened last week?
Yeah, well, last week was what? It was season 1, episode 3
Yes.
of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I feel like that episode probably had the most going on.
Yeah, there was a lot going on between like different events.
A lot of new people.
A lot of new people, yeah. It was.
All right. I did take a couple notes. I did listen through and I took a couple notes because there were so many names.
Fair.
But I haven't seen the episode. This is all based off of last week's podcast and what you told me. So if I'm wrong, it's Michelle's fault. So the episode started out with some spillover of drama from Whitney not being at Taylor's baby shower. I guess there was some back and forth there with some of the girls, and I think you had said that Macy, I think it was, had said that Whitney didn't show up on purpose in order to kind of put the spotlight on herself to get some attention, it seems like. So we had that going on. Then the episode, I guess, moved into a graduation party for Zach, who is the husband of Jen Affleck.
Quote unquote.
Ben Affleck's
quote
cousin.
Unquote, yeah.
So he just graduated from BYU. And he's going on to medical school. He's going to become a surgeon like his father and his father's father and the whole line there. And so there was a party going on. There's no alcohol. Zach's family is very, very religious.
Yes.
So we had dirty sodas last week. You had made us some because that's what
they were
drinking.
really good.
They were good. They weren't bad.
I was like honestly thinking about that this week, and I'm like, I would make another.
I'd maybe put a little bourbon in mine, but I think it was good.
Because, like, I don't even like soda. I'm not a soda drinker.
Yeah, I don't drink soda, really, unless there's whiskey in it.
Yeah, I mean, tonic for gin and tonics. But, no, as far as soda goes, that made it taste good to me.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I would actually enjoy that.
Yeah, I mean, the strawberry, the vanilla, the cream.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Anyway, we had the dirty sodas.
Sorry, I'm thinking about dirty sodas.
That's all right. Yo, I don't know why you didn't make us some for this episode.
Every episode now. We'll try a different one.
There we go. So as the party's happening, Jesse's husband, I think his name's Jordan.
Jesse's husband's name is Jordan, yes.
He has a flask at this party. He's trying to hide it.
Not very good.
Not very good, I guess. I don't know. I didn't see. Obviously, I haven't seen the episode. So he's got a flask at the party, and this wasn't taken very well by Jen. So later on, I guess in the episode, this causes a little bit of a rift between some of the girls, and one of the events in this episode, along with the graduation, is Jen's baby blessing. So it seemed like everybody was invited to this baby
supposedly
blessing.
Yeah.
So after the whole I guess alcohol flask incident at the party at Zach's parents' house, several people are uninvited, or I guess told they were never invited.
Yeah, there's some discrepancies,
some confusion.
Yeah, some difference of opinions.
Right. So then that leads to kind of a split. We already had the Whitney Taylor split, Team Whitney, Team Taylor. So now with this baby blessing, we've got what you called last week the saints and the sinners. So the saints are Jen, Macy, Michaela, and Whitney. So Macy, Michaela, and Whitney are the only 3 to be invited to the baby blessing because they're part of the church. They're following the Mormon way, I guess. The others aren't so involved. So they were kind of pushed off, not uninvited or not invited, however you want to say it. So then that leads us to the other 4, the sinners, which are Taylor, Layla, Demi, and Jesse.
Yeah.
And Jesse was the one whose husband brought the flask to the party.
Correct.
Okay. There's a lot going on here.
There is.
So outside of, I guess, that, you did tell a story about some of the girls getting Botox.
Yes.
So now, was that Macy and Jen and Michaela and Whitney?
Yes.
Okay. So they were getting Botox. We had the questions of, which I guess was explained in the episode, that Botox and plastic surgery, and that's all okay.
Yep.
And they do the laughing gas. because they're not allowed to do illegal drugs, but they can do the laughing gas. So that was just a little tidbit in there, I guess, in the episode. And then the other kind of part of the episode, I guess, was Demi's Galentine's party, and everybody was invited to that.
Yeah.
And there was some drama there with Whitney, I guess, giving Demi a box of fruity cereal
Yeah.
based on this whole story you told about this sexual encounter that Demi and her
I mean, not
husband
encounter,
had.
but yeah, sexual experience, I
Sure,
guess.
sure. That was apparently very scandalous.
Not encounter.
Well,
Sounds like he attacked her.
no, it was just an experience. Yeah, I mean, whatever. So, yeah, Whitney.
Okay, I'm good.
So Whitney gives Demi the box of fruity cereal, which was, I guess, some reference to this sexual experience that Demi and her husband had, which they said they wouldn't tell anybody, but she told all her girls on a trip. Then even had him on speakerphone about it or something. I don't know,
Mhm.
which is kind of crazy. So that caused more drama with Whitney. She didn't think she did anything wrong. Everybody seems to be kind of on Demi's side on this. And I think that's kind of the episode.
Yes.
Did I miss anything?
No, I think you got it.
There was a lot going on. A lot of people.
Yeah, no, I'm impressed. That was a good recap.
So what are we talking about now? Season 1, episode 4? Okay.
Yeah, so today we'll be talking about season 1, episode 4. So we've officially made it halfway through season 1 because there's only 8 episodes in the first season. There's more in the second and third season. So I think there's 10 episodes each, but
Okay.
made it to the halfway mark.
Awesome.
So episode 4 opens with the girls driving to Park City for Macy's birthday weekend.
Okay, I think this was mentioned last week.
Yes. Yeah.
Stuff
So
running.
they were all nervous because there's a lot of drama between all the groups and the saints and the sinners, and there's a lot to be said. So all of them are kind of like on edge about this birthday weekend. So there's 2 cars driving out. It's a little mixed up though. It's not just straight saints, straight sinners. So
Well, you got to mix it up for the drama of the TV show.
you have to. I mean, they did it in a way where like it wasn't really that dramatic.
They were probably like the saints and the sinners, and the producers were like, no.
No.
We gotta mix this up.
we gotta-
Chinese fire drill, switching cars.
So in car 1 is Jen, Layla, Macy, and Whitney. So there's only one Layla is with 3 of the saints.
Okay.
Car 2 is Taylor, Michaela, Demi, and Jesse. So Michaela has gone with 3 of the sinners.
Okay.
Which I feel like those were good picks because they're very, at least in this episode, they don't really get sucked into a lot of the drama, especially Michaela kind of just stays an arm's length away from all of it. So I think that they just did that so there was like conversation between all of them about the different things. It wasn't like the same, like eventually it gets repetitive, right? Like all the
Yeah,
drama.
if you have all the 4 together and the other 4 together.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
like we already saw that last week, so let's move on. So Macy in an interview said that it's going to be awkward, and since the baby blessing, there's been the division of the sinners versus saints. So she's nervous about the weekend, but she hopes and is hopeful that it will be fun. It cuts back to the car, and Macy asks Whitney how it's going to be with Taylor this weekend, and Whitney responds that it's going to be a boxing match, and she goes ding ding ding, and then Macy says, well, she's pregnant, so you can't do that. And then Whitney responds, oh yeah, I forgot she's pregnant, and then laughs and goes, just sue me, I forgot. And like it was like really awkward. It was just like, and all the girls were just like staring at Whitney. So
Yeah.
already not starting off on a great foot for Whitney this episode, but we'll see what happens.
One thing I didn't mention in my recap, which I just remembered from last week, was Taylor was trying to talk to Whitney about the baby shower.
Yeah.
Wanted no part of that. And
Yeah.
she was like, kind of, I guess there was like a cut scene where she was like, I'm not going to talk to her.
Yeah. So when Taylor was leaving Zach's graduation party, she was saying bye to Whitney and she was like, I would like it if we could have a conversation. And Whitney was like, yeah. And then like when Whitney walks away, she goes, yeah, I'm not having that conversation.
Right. Okay.
Which comes up later in this
Okay.
episode. So we get to that. In the other car, Demi says that Taylor's been very quiet the whole car ride. Taylor says that she's very anxious and she's about to take her anxiety meds. She thinks that if there is a confrontation right away, like you're just stuck with that person the whole weekend. So she's kind of hoping that they could like have fun and not have drama right off the bat, I think, and then like kind of address some stuff that needs to be talked about so they can leave the weekend on a good foot. But she just doesn't want there to be drama right away because then
Right.
it's like just awkward.
Right. How pregnant is Taylor at this point? Like going on
Very,
this trip?
very. I mean, they're
They're driving.
driving, so
Right.
I don't think it's that
It's not
far.
super far, but still.
But at the end of the interview, she looks tired. Like she was like, "I'm very pregnant and I'm tired," and like, holy crap! Like, and
Yeah.
she has to be a couple weeks away from her due date.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I felt bad for her this entire like I actually was like this poor girl. Oh my god. So Taylor in an interview says that she has missed the girls and she's thankful that they've given her another chance. She says that she does have some hard conversations she wants to have with Whitney and she's nervous for them. She wants to understand why Whitney didn't come to the baby shower and why she has certain feelings towards Taylor. So Taylor is like still very much like, I don't understand what led to Whitney going around saying that me and her aren't friends. So she
Right.
wants to understand where Whitney's coming from.
Okay.
Demi tells Taylor that she has her back. So Demi's the one, Valentine's Day, got the box from Whitney.
Right.
So
Right.
she's telling Taylor, like, hey, if things go south with Whitney, I have your back because I'm mad at her. And Taylor was like, that's sweet of you. And in an interview, Demi says that she's still really mad at Whitney and then mentions the fruity cereal incident and then Whitney becoming the victim. Demi says she has a surprise coming later, so things will get interesting.
Oh, okay.
So the intro plays, the music goes, and then we're in Park City, Utah. So car 2 has arrived. That is Taylor, Michaela, Demi, and Jesse. So the girls are getting settled in, and Jesse asks Demi if her and Brett, who's Demi's husband, are in a fight. And Demi says that they are currently fighting and disagreeing over the fruity cereal incident.
Oh,
She
so
says,
it's out. Like he knows.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you would think that if this party is being recorded on TV and you got that box and there's drama, like that's definitely going to be aired.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you might as well get ahead of it and be like,
Oh,
Whitney gave me
let him
like
know.
admit
Yeah,
it, you
let
know?
him know that she told her friends
Yeah,
about
like
something that they weren't going to tell
yeah,
anybody about.
like you're not going to hide that from your husband for them to see it on national
Yeah, it's
TV and
reality
then
TV. Yeah.
yeah. So Demi says that they are currently fighting and disagreeing over the fruity cereal incident, and she says that Brett isn't being a prude about it and that he wants her to be able to talk to her girls, but he doesn't want to have to second guess what he does in the bedroom. Demi says that she understands and that she takes accountability for opening up the can of worms, but she's still really upset with the way Whitney went about things and it felt tacky.
Yeah.
Which I get. So I will say though, Demi pisses me off a lot later. Like I'm having trouble in this moment knowing what happens later to feel sympathy for her because this episode was so drama filled that I watched it the first time without breaking it down. And then I watched it the second time. I feel like I could have watched it a third time and still not even fully understood what happened. I will try, but like there comes a point where I had to stop writing down things because I didn't even understand what was being said. Like it just didn't even make coherent sense to me. And Demi was just like all over the fucking place. So
well, next week's recap is going to be a mess thanks to Michelle.
yeah, it might be right. I don't know.
Say that here now.
I did really good, and then the last 10 minutes, I just like was like, this is all caution to the wind right now. So Michaela is there. She's a saint with the 3 sinners, so she's the closest to Whitney out of this group that's talking right now. Demi asked Michaela if Whitney is level-headed enough to have the conversation with about Demi's feeling of how Whitney approached that situation, that gift. Michaela says she doesn't know and that maybe if Whitney doesn't want the drama, she should stop doing stuff like that.
Right.
So Michaela's very much of the impression that I've been close with Whitney. I wouldn't handle situations the way she handles situations, but that's Whitney. Like that's her mentality is like she just does something and then she just doesn't want to deal with the repercussions of the drama that happens.
She painted herself as a victim.
Yeah.
Last week too.
Yeah.
But now, so not only does she have drama with Demi, she's got the Taylor drama and them
Mhm.
not talking.
Hmm.
So yeah, now they're gonna be all together
Yeah.
for this party. Okay.
And don't you worry, all of that comes
Oh boy.
together. All the
All
dramas.
the drama.
Michaela's interviewed and she says Whitney likes to think that she's self-aware, but she doesn't hold accountability. So that's kind of Michaela's thoughts on Whitney is she's just I'm gonna do what I want to do and then walk away from this. Back with the girls, Michaela says to Taylor, for example, I would have sent you a text about not going to the baby shower, but
Right,
I know
right.
Whitney didn't. But that's Whitney. Like, I can't control her. So I wouldn't have handled that situation the way she did. Demi says it bothers her that Whitney just goes about life not taking accountability for her actions. It doesn't care about the repercussions or it doesn't care about how people like feel about what she does. And Taylor is in an interview and she says that she's surprised the other girls are having issues with Whitney. She thought she was the only one. So Taylor's really hoping that they can hash this out because they work together and do a lot of events together. So she
Yeah.
wants to have a good, at least working relationship with
Yeah.
Whitney.
Oh yeah, I mean, you gotta figure this out eventually because it's just one thing after another with her.
Yeah.
It's all just gonna keep compounding.
So car one arrives. So that's Whitney, Macy, Jen, and Layla. Whitney's outfits throughout this episode, they're statement pieces.
Yeah, what she got going on.
She shows up wearing like a full one piece. You know what the skiers wear when they race? And the tight one pieces, like you can like almost like the bobsledders or the luge players
Like
from
a
the
jumpsuit, but like
yeah,
tight?
but tight.
Yeah, okay.
So she's wearing that, and it's like like a bold pattern all over it. She has earmuffs that are covering her ears, fuzzy white earmuffs, and then red large moon boots.
Interesting.
And I'm like, I know you're in Park City and you're going to a ski resort, but this is a look. Like, that's a
Yeah,
decision.
yeah.
It was a lot. So, the first set of girls that arrived that were already there hide in a room when the other girls come in, and then they run out and like surprise them with confetti cannons. So
Okay.
it's like a nice celebratory thing. Seems like everyone's like on party mode. Whitney got all the girls matching sweat sets, and Demi in an interview says it's nice to see that side of Whitney like caring for others.
Right.
So seems like things are off on a good start so far. The girls go swimming outdoors in like a heated pool jacuzzi and it's snowing out. And I'm
Oh, that
like,
sounds like
yeah,
fun.
I know. I was like, damn, I'm kind of jealous. I want to be there. And just the weekend is starting off on a high note and all the girls are having fun and getting along. Jesse and Jen are settling in together in their room. So it seems like some girls are sharing rooms and then there's like a bunk bed set and then Macy gets her own room because it's her
Okay.
birthday. So Jesse and Jen are getting settled in their room and they're talking about their husbands staying at home with the kids for the weekend. Jesse's husband was nervous and asked if any of the nannies were available to help. Jen admits that her and Zach are not on the same page recently, and Zach feels like in 15 years when he's done the medical school, he'll be the provider for the family, so his job is more important than Jen's job right now, even though Jen is the sole provider for their family. So Jen is the breadwinner right now,
While he's in school.
supporting him while he's in
Yeah.
school. She takes care of the finances for the kids. Jesse points out like he wouldn't be able to do what he's doing if it weren't for her right now.
Right.
So there's not that acknowledgement from Zach's side that Jen's job is important, which she points out that it's difficult for Zach because he comes from such a traditional family. So
Right.
it's hard for him to accept
Well,
his
in a family with a lot of money,
yeah.
he's probably like,
Yeah.
I should be making money like my dad, providing for my family,
Right.
and she's making the money.
Right.
Okay.
Jen tells Jesse that she used to be the type of person that she would just say yes to everything that Zach wanted, and now she's finding her voice and pushing back, and that she's proud that she's doing that. Jesse, who was uninvited from Jen's baby
Right. Her
blessing,
husband brought the flask to the party.
yeah, but she's putting it all together. So in an interview, Jesse says that she thought it was bullshit when Jen uninvited them to the baby shower, but now she's really thinking that it was Zach behind that decision and that he kind of put Jen down with her opinion on it.
Right.
So Jesse's feeling optimistic about their friendship and is hoping that they can just move forward.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. A private chef comes to cook them dinner in the penthouse, and the girls are getting ready, and they're like, all sitting in a circle, organizing their clothes and being like, oh, what should I wear? Like pulling out this dress, this dress, this dress. And then Jen goes, oh, shoot, I forgot my garments. So Jen explains that when you get married in the church, you wear your garments and it's supposed to be a constant reminder of your relationship. And she's like, so I do that for my marriage. And she goes, I tried new garments on before I left and I forgot to bring them with me. And so Demi then makes a very loud announcement and goes, oh, the queen of the garments forgot her garments.
Jeez.
Which kind of leads up to some drama later on. I think Jesse asked Jen, like, so do you have any underwear at all? And Jen's like, no. So, like, that's because that's her underwear. Someone's like, can you DoorDash garments?
Mormon undergarments?
So I was looking at the rest of the episode. I mean, it seemed like she had something on. So I'm not sure what she wore the whole weekend, but I guess she forgot her garments.
Interesting. Okay.
So during dinner, Demi says that they should say a prayer. The girls' faces kind of seem surprised by that, but then Jen leads the prayer. The girls are all drinking soda out of wine glasses. There was no alcohol involved in this night that I could see. And then they go around and for Macy do an I love you because. So like Taylor's like, I love you because you always keep it real. And you know, even though you just tell it how it is, some people could think that's bitchy, but like I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Michaela goes, I love you. So like they all say I love you because. And so it's cute. And Macy ends like the thing after everyone has gone and just says, thank you everyone, I love you all, and I'm glad you guys can all come together in peace. And immediately when she goes, I'm glad you guys can come together in peace, Demi gets up and goes, I have an activity for all of us. So this is Demi's surprise. And Macy kind of gives her like, can we not do this look? Like she like literally is like, please don't start anything. Demi reveals that she brought a truth box, and every single girl hates this idea. So what they have to do is that they have to write down a question anonymously and then put it in the truth box, and then they're going to pick out the question and read it, and then the girl has to answer it. But you don't know who asked the question.
Is the question to anybody or a certain person?
A certain person.
Okay, so it's like asking Whitney a question.
Yes.
But you don't know who wrote it.
But you don't know who.
So it gets pulled out and you see that it's to Whitney and Whitney has to answer it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no one is liking this idea except Taylor. Taylor, and not like she's like thrilled for it, but she goes, Taylor just like says in an interview, she goes, I'm kind of excited because all the girls already know all my dirty drama. So
right, been to jail.
Like she's like, I have nothing to hide.
Pregnant with.
So I'm just excited to hear like everyone else's shit. So Taylor's like here for it, but everyone else is like, just shoot me now. Like I just know this is not a good idea. At the very end of this, Jesse goes, instead of the truth box, it should have been called murder suicide or something like that. It was funny. So it starts off very lighthearted, almost as if like you can definitely tell like producers were behind this to like get the drama started, but then it like legit went to drama. Because the first couple questions, it's like I couldn't see one of the girls, like the girls writing this, if like this were actually the activity, like to like try to get
a little scripted action going on here. Okay.
So Layla gets asked if she could sleep with anyone's husband, who would it be? She picks Brett, Demi's husband.
Okay.
Jen gets asked which girl in the room would she go lesbian for. She picks Taylor. The girls tell her to prove it, and they're like, kiss, kiss, kiss. And then Jen just gives her like a quick cute kiss on the cheek, like nothing crazy. And then like Layla is like filmed whispering to Demi like, I would go lesbian for you. Like no one asked you, Layla, but sure. Apparently you want to sleep with Brett and Demi, so you just want to be a threesome.
Oh, okay.
So that was kind of funny because then I was like, well, maybe you were a swinger because you just want to be in the middle of all that. But then it gets to the real drama, and Whitney gets asked why she doesn't like Taylor and is she jealous of Taylor's clout. So all the girls' faces are like, oh my God. And Whitney, like in an interview, is like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. Like, I don't want to answer this. And Whitney says, I don't think I'm jealous of her clout. I am jealous that she got forgiven by the public for everything that she's done, but she hasn't been forgiven. Demi asks, forgiveness for what? And Whitney responds with the RSV video. And Jen is shown rolling her eyes. So this is something I actually knew about when it came out because this is how big of a deal it was. And I didn't even know who Whitney was.
So this is like pre secret lives? This
This
is like a mom talk thing, or
I think so.
okay,
Yeah, it woulda had to have been because her son was, like, only a few weeks old. So, I even saw, like, all the drama unfold on social media when this happened, and I didn't even know it was Whitney at the time until, like, much later on when I, like, saw Whitney on Dancing with the Stars, and then she started doing, like, interviews and stuff, and then, like, I put 2 and 2 together when she, like, started mentioning all the drama, but her son got sick. Connor, her husband, took him to the pediatric doctor. The doctor said his oxygen was so low he needed to go to the emergency room. So
okay,
Connor
wow,
brings Liam, their son, to the emergency room, and for a couple days, like, Whitney was, like, I guess MIA or, like, just not posting. And then he started getting better, and Whitney explains that because he was getting better, she wanted to, like, post an update and, like, also bring, like, a positive energy to the room.
okay.
So she posts a TikTok with her son laying, like, in the hospital, like, you can see her son, and then she's, like, in the corner, like, dancing, like a TikTok
Oh,
dance.
that's weird.
So, definitely not perceived the way if that was her intention. It
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
not good, like, even I saw him, like,
It's not a good look.
it's not, it's and just dancing and doing a TikTok dance and, like, yeah, it was a lot. So Whitney says Taylor got forgiven for the swinging, but she still gets shredded to pieces every single video she posts about the RSV video, and the "I don't like her" part is a completely different conversation for a different time.
Right. Okay.
Taylor says in an interview that she's confused because she receives bullying threats and comments on a daily basis of how awful of a person she is, and Taylor feels like she's gotten way more trash than Whitney has ever gotten. Jesse thinks that Whitney needs to just tell Taylor the truth because she talks shit behind Taylor's back, and that the truth just needs to come out eventually. So that was in an interview with Jesse. It wasn't like in the group setting.
Okay.
So that was the end of Whitney's question. Taylor gets asked if it ever comes out that Dakota slept with Jenna, would Taylor leave Dakota? And Taylor says 1000% he would be dead to me.
Who's Jenna?
So apparently, when Taylor and Dakota first started talking, he slept with a different girl, but they weren't dating yet. Then they officially started dating, and it comes out that he was flirting with and kissed a girl named Jenna.
Okay.
And Dakota swears that he never slept with her. And Taylor has said, and she's like, and I told Dakota this, if it ever comes out that that's true, I'm leaving you. Like, I don't care. I'm done. And so the girls are surprised to this, and Macy looks like she knows something,
Uh-oh.
but it doesn't come up.
Uh-oh. And Macy doesn't like any photos with Dakota on Instagram.
Yeah.
She knows.
Yeah. So something's going on there, but they're like, are you sure? Like, would you actually? And she goes, 1000%. Well, 1000, like, no questions asked. Like, I would leave him. And so all the girls are kind of surprised. Next question gets pulled, and this is when the drama, like, picks up. And
Okay. Well, let's hear it.
so far you'd think that, like, with the Whitney question, like, that would have spawned, like, the most drama.
Yeah.
No, this is stuff that we've never seen or heard, but they're all, like, throwing shade at one another. Like, this is, like, the behind the scenes drama that we haven't seen
Oh,
yet.
jeez.
So Demi gets asked if she's ever said that Jen is too Mormon. And Demi says that Jen brings up being Mormon in conversation a lot. So, like, apparently Demi told Whitney that Jen throws her Mormon religion into conversation a lot and that she's just a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
And so Jen doesn't understand this. So Jen goes, well, I don't understand how I could be too Mormon when you think that you're a 9 out of 10. So Demi goes from 0 to 100. So instead of, like, explaining herself or why she said that, Whitney is giggling with Macy in the corner, and Demi turns around and goes, and it's funny that you're giggling because I know it came from you. And Whitney just goes, yeah, I did tell Jen. So Whitney just admits it. And Demi goes, but you said that you agreed with me. And Whitney and Macy are like, no, we never said that. And Whitney was like, abso-fucking-lutely not, I did not. And Demi goes, that's not even a real word. Whitney's like, so? Like, I didn't say that. And she goes, you said that you understood. Whitney says that her and Michaela are shocked because she said, I really thought you were friends with Jen. And Demi responds, I was friends with Jen, but when I brought it up, you said I totally understand where you're coming from. and she can be like that. Whitney then turns to Macy and says, Macy, I didn't say that. Like, did I say that? And Macy goes, I don't remember. Like, I didn't say that. Like, I don't remember that being said. And Whitney said, you need to talk to Jen. Like, this is between you and Jen. And Demi goes, don't be that fucking bitch. Like, you know you said that.
Oh, jeez.
Jen then interrupts and brings up that Demi would rate herself a 9 out of 10 on the Mormon scale, yet Jen is too Mormon. And Demi says that it's gaggy that when Jen wears her religion as a badge of honor. So she goes, it's gaggy that you wear your religion as a badge of honor. I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from, Demi? I'm so confused. Like, this went from 0 to 100. Now you're calling it gaggy that someone's like proud of their religion.
Right.
You're all Mormon wives. Like, you guys call yourself Mormon, like you're Mormons.
Yeah, yeah.
So the fact that your friend is a Mormon and talks about being Mormon, why is this a shock to you?
Yeah, I don't know.
And I don't think she's trying to push her religion. It's just like,
It's just being too
the
extra
fact
about it. I don't.
it's the fact of, it's the garment thing. Like, oh, I
Yeah.
forgot my garments, or oh, I wear my garments because of this, or oh, I do. She talks about doing religious things. It's not like she's going, where's your garments?
Right, right.
So she's not pushing religion, but she's talking about it, and you're all Mormon.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. I don't know. And also calling it gaggy, okay, then don't don't be friends with her. So then Jen throws another curveball in this whole conversation after Demi calls it gaggy. And Jen says it's frustrating that Demi didn't confront her first, and Demi is notorious for doing stuff like this, like calling Taylor white trash. So Taylor's like, when did you call me white trash?
Oh boy.
And Demi goes, let me explain where I was coming from there. Like, she doesn't even deny it.
So
She's
I
just
did
like,
call you white trash, and here's why I did it.
here's why I did it. It's like, oh my God. I'm like, this is, my head was spinning. And so Demi goes, let me explain where I was coming from. She said that it was when Taylor was drunk and she was flirting with Brett. So this even goes back to episode 1, where Demi was explaining that she was at a party and Taylor was flirting with Brett, and the husbands were trying to get them to swing. So Demi claims that Taylor was going husband to husband to husband flirting, and Taylor goes, yeah, like I was a swinger. Like, what do you want to, and she goes, yeah, and that was trashy. I didn't know. So then Jen chimes in and goes, well, it doesn't make it acceptable that you're calling her white trash. So like that's a harsh term. And Demi goes, shush, I don't want to hear it from you. I don't need your judgment. Blah blah blah. I'm like, I was just like, oh my God, like Demi is just not coming off great here. Like, she's shushing people. She's telling that Macy and Whitney agree with the Jen comment. She's not even like trying to justify it. Like, she's more upset that this came from Whitney than she is about like her own comments.
Right.
Like, she's like, I'm upset that Whitney told them about this. She's not a good friend. Like, that is her stance. Whitney isn't a good friend because she went and told Jen that I called her too Mormon, which but you still did it. Like, you're not even denying it.
Yeah.
It's not like Whitney made this up. Like, you said it. Oh, this all just seems like a lot of fake friends to me. So I don't know.
Party's going great so far.
So Demi says a lot of what Taylor does is trashy, and Taylor asks what else is trashy. Demi keeps referencing the singing scandal, and Taylor asks, but what else is trashy? Like, yeah, we've already talked about the singing scandal. And then she goes, well, would it be trashy if I ripped off my dress to get mic'd up like you did in front of Dakota? So this cuts back to the Valentine's Day party. Remember when I said that Demi came out in her bra? And Taylor was like, Dakota would rip me a new one if I did that?
Yeah.
Dakota was there, apparently, dropping Taylor off. So Dakota is standing there, and I guess what actually happened was she had her dress on, and they were in a rush to get mic'd up, so she just pulled her dress down to get mic'd up, and Dakota was standing right there. So Taylor goes, well, wouldn't that be trashy to do that? Like, would I be trashy if I did that in front of your husband? Just pulled down my dress to get mic'd up. And Demi goes, the situation matters. Like, we were in a rush to get mic'd up. And I wasn't just like, oh, Dakota, like, look at me. Like, I was trying to get mic'd up. And Taylor's like adamant. She goes, but if I did that, I would be trashy. And then Demi goes, well, I'm not a swinger. So situation matters. I'm like, oh my God. So then Macy says, like, I think that this is a conversation for you two to have. Like, maybe you guys should go have that. And Demi goes, no, we're here. We're talking about this. We're in the middle of this. And Demi in an interview says that people were out for blood and they were out for her specifically. Like, but she kept poking the bear. She just started getting angry at everyone and pointing at people and like, I feel like there could have been a more productive way to do this, and also you started the truth box.
Right, and you also have all this underlying drama happening between girls, and then you're like, "Let's throw the truth box into it and,
Yeah,
like, set off some more bombs
yeah.
because we already have
Like, I
things
think
happening."
I think she thought she was safe because she didn't know that Whitney told everyone what she
Oh,
said.
yeah, yeah.
So she thought it was just gonna be everyone else's drama and she was gonna be safe. Well, guess what? The truth box came and the truth box truthed.
The truth box don't lie.
Like, oh my god. I was like, at this point, I'm like emotionally overwhelmed for these girls. Right. So that ended the Demi portion of the truth box. The last question ended on Whitney being asked who her least favorite in the group was. And she goes, right now it's Demi.
Oh,
And so she
after
says,
the previous truth bombs.
yeah, well, and her justification was, right now, I feel like you're putting words in my mouth and I didn't say that about Jen. So
Right.
right now, my least favorite is you. And so Demi's like, wow, like I started this. I'm like, I just got shit on. And it's like, well, you ask and you receive. So the game ends, the girls disperse. Whitney and Macy are in their room, and she says that she's mad Macy didn't stick up for her. And Macy's like, I'm confused why Whitney doesn't think I stuck up for her. Like I said, no, I didn't say that because I didn't say that. So Whitney just wished that Macy like had her back a little bit more.
Yeah.
So Macy says, if it comes up again, like I'll have your back. Like we didn't say that. Then it cuts to Demi and Taylor talking in a room. So they're the ones that just had it out about the white trash.
Yeah.
So Demi apologizes for what she says, and she says it was petty because she let everything build up with the whole like swinging and her hitting on Brett and Demi, and she shouldn't have done that. They were supposed to share a room, and Taylor asks Demi to sleep somewhere else because she wants to be alone. So Demi goes to the bunk bed. So she's like, yeah, no problem. Like, I'll let you have your space.
Well, that's good. There's an understanding there.
Yeah. So they all go to bed, and then Demi yells, everyone say your prayers, like, before you go to bed. And it's like, okay, 9 out of 10 Mormon. So the next morning, everyone gets up. They're all wearing their matching sweatsuits. They're doing a TikTok. And after the TikTok, Taylor pulls Whitney aside for a conversation. So this is finally like the conversation Taylor has wanted with Whitney. Taylor,
Whitney didn't want to have.
right.
Okay.
But Taylor's like, you know what? It's already awkward from last night. So I might as well just address this now.
Yeah.
So they go upstairs, but the upstairs is like, it's like an open
Like a loft.
loft.
Yeah.
And so all the girls sitting in the living room downstairs can
Just
hear
hear the conversation anyway.
upstairs.
So yeah.
So it's kind of funny. They're just like sitting there listening to this conversation happen. So Taylor thinks that Whitney is pretty good about telling people her feelings about them. And so she asked Whitney, why haven't you told me how you feel about me? Because I haven't gotten that. So I don't know why we are at the point we're at.
Yeah.
Whitney says that she felt like things were fine with where their friendship was at and she didn't need to tell her. So she's just basically like, I just wanted to leave it where it was. I thought a baby shower was an intimate setting for close family and friends, and I didn't feel like we were close. And I didn't feel the need to work on our friendship. Like, I just wanted to leave it where it was at. Taylor says she doesn't understand what she did, and Whitney explains that after the swinging scandal, she was trying to cultivate a friendship with Taylor because she was alienated from the group, but it wasn't reciprocated and got tiresome. So she
Yeah.
basically said, I kept reaching out, and I just didn't get that in return. So like it just became overwhelming, and like I just didn't feel like you even wanted it.
Yeah, you can only try so much.
Yeah. Whitney says she wanted Taylor to ask how things were going in Whitney's life. So, like, she kept asking Taylor how things were going. She wasn't getting it back. Even when she admitted about the Connor drama, she didn't get a call from Taylor. So she just felt like it just wasn't worth it. Cut to downstairs to Demi listening, and Demi is saying that Whitney is comparing herself to Taylor and that Taylor's getting all this attention from the public and Whitney doesn't get the same attention. So that's why she's mad at Taylor. And I'm just like sitting there, I'm like, maybe that's true, but why are you analyzing someone else's friendship from the outside? Like, they're talking it out.
Yeah.
So let them handle their friendship how they're going to handle it. And you're downstairs trying to like insert yourself and get the other girls worked up to be like, well, this is what Whitney does, and I'm pissed at Whitney because
Well, it was Macy that said that Whitney didn't go to the baby shower to bring attention to herself.
Yeah. And
So-
I think that all the girls think that, but also
Yeah.
like again, it's not you're not in the middle of that drama.
Yeah.
So she's down there telling everyone, because then like the RSV video gets brought back up, and Macy explains, well, I think Whitney just wanted to like, bring light to a terrible situation and just didn't get perceived like that. Emmy comes out and says that about 8 months ago, her and Whitney got ketamine therapy. So I guess it's therapy for physical and emotional trauma. And when you come out of ketamine therapy, you say things that you may not have normally said because you're very like relaxed and open
Yeah.
and like in your feelings. And she said that Whitney admitted to her that that video was for clout.
Shit.
But if she is truly putting words in other people's mouths like the Jen stuff, is this true?
Is this true? Yeah.
So I think Demi just was like, wants everyone to hate Whitney.
Okay. All right.
So it's like, and if that were true, then why not say that during the truth box last night?
Yeah. Why is it coming out? Yeah. Later.
So like, I don't know about Demi. I was just like, this is a lot. So it cuts back to upstairs to Whitney and Taylor talking, and Whitney is saying, it like cuts back into like the middle of them talking. And Whitney is saying in that moment, she didn't want to hear from anyone else's drama. I'm assuming that was when she was telling them about Connor, and then Taylor
dropped the bomb.
About the miscarriage.
Yeah.
So she's saying, I didn't want to hear anyone else's drama. She just wanted people to be there for her. And Taylor says that she's glad she got called out for that, and that she's working on it and working on validating other people's feelings and then be relatable when instead of just trying to be relatable. She recognizes that she hurt Whitney in that moment.
And there's a time and a place. You got to be there for people, and then
right. So it seems like there's like about to be this breakthrough that comes through from this, and the girls are downstairs hearing this, and they think that Taylor's being too nice. So Macy says, we need someone not nice to go upstairs and break this up, and Demi gets up and goes upstairs.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God, girl, it just leave them alone. Demi says that in an interview that Whitney gaslights people, and she's sick of it, and it's exhausting. She says, you push me too far, Whitney, and I'm going to set the record straight no matter what the costs are. So Demi goes upstairs and just inserts herself into the conversation.
Jeez.
So Whitney is explaining that no one was there for her with the whole Connor thing. Demi says that she doesn't agree with that and that she was there for her. And Whitney in an interview is like, why the hell is Demi in this conversation? and then she starts, because Demi's all about like, what are the intentions of this car? So Whitney's like, what is the intention of you being here, Demi? What are the intentions? It was kind of funny. So Whitney kind of ignores the Demi saying that she was there for her. Whitney says it's simple. She doesn't feel like Taylor was there for her, and she doesn't want to be around someone like that. Taylor says she doesn't know how she was supposed to work on this when she didn't know what was going on, and Whitney says she doesn't want Taylor to work on this. Whitney just wants to leave it as it is, and she doesn't care about talking it out. Demi says, but you care about telling other people what you think about Taylor, and then brings up that Whitney told everyone like about the Jen situation. And Whitney goes, well, the difference is that I'm telling Taylor right now to her face everything I said to you girls. You had no intention of telling Jen what you thought of her.
Yeah. So
that's the difference. And Demi goes, but for the last 2 years, you haven't told her what you thought. You've just been talking shit about her. And Whitney goes, well, Whitney goes to Taylor, did that bother you that I didn't tell you for 2 years? Like, I just thought that we were like, just not friends. Taylor says that, yeah, it hurts. It bothered her that she didn't say anything because she thought that they were friends, and it hurt her that she didn't go to the shower.
Yeah.
Whitney doesn't address that, or at least they don't show that comment about Taylor saying, yes, I was hurt you didn't come to the shower. And Whitney just goes, well, I don't regret telling Jen, and I would do it again. And Demi says, okay, well, then you're a shitty friend. And Whitney goes, okay, then you don't have to be my friend. And then Demi just Whitney's like, I don't care. Like, yeah. I told Jen, I'm not sorry for it. You were making rude comments about her. Yes, I was talking shit about Taylor behind her back, but I just told her everything right now of why that was. Just like I told all of you. I wasn't calling her names or anything. It was just a personal thing that I had with Taylor. So, like, I don't care that I told Jen. I don't care that I told her about you saying that she's too Mormon. And she goes, and I didn't tell her about the Taylor being... No, she did tell her about the Taylor being white trash. I'm getting confused with all the drama.
There's a lot going on.
But anyway, Whitney's just not apologetic. Demi then just starts attacking Whitney and demanding apology. Like, she wants an apology from Whitney. She thinks Whitney's a shitty friend. Demi says Whitney needs to feel the sting of what she gives to other people so she understands what that does. And in the middle of this, Taylor's still trying to have her conversation with Whitney. So like she's like, I feel like she's like,
It's
Demi,
getting
get the
like,
fuck out of here.
yeah,
Like,
getting
so she's trying to say to Whitney, like, yes, I've hurt you. I understand. And then Demi goes, well, I haven't hurt Whitney. And she goes, yeah, but I have. And like, I can understand why like she's upset or why she does certain things. And then Whitney, as they're talking, Demi and Taylor, Whitney gets up to leave and Demi goes, and I guess I'm right because she's just walking away now. And it's like, yeah, like you instigated all this. Like,
yeah.
they were trying to have a conversation and now you're demanding an apology. So Whitney just gets up and leaves the situation because she doesn't want to say something that she will regret. And she goes downstairs and she like locks herself in a closet
Oh,
so she can get
jeez.
away from the cameras.
Well, it seemed like their conversation was going pretty well before
Yeah.
Demi got up there. So
Yeah.
that's really shitty.
It's like, Demi, leave. Go away. So Whitney's in the closet. Jen and Macy follow her there to go talk to her. Demi goes downstairs and she's just like talking shit about Whitney. And she was like, be a woman, Whitney. Like, own up to your shit. Say sorry. Like, she's like yelling in the living room that Whitney is like not a good friend, not a good person. Like, she's like going off. And like, it almost doesn't even make sense, the things that she's saying. Like, I couldn't even follow the reason or logic behind some of what she was saying. It was a lot. So Taylor comes down the stairs and she goes, where did Whitney go? And Demi points to the closet. And Taylor starts walking over to the closet. And Demi goes, you know, if you're willing to deal with this, then you can take the shit from her. But like, don't come crying to me if she hurts you again.
Yeah.
If you want to coddle this like relationship with her.
Jeez.
And so it's Jen, Macy, and Taylor sitting in the closet with Whitney. And Whitney's crying and she's like, oh my God, like I'm stronger than this. And they're like, no, like it's okay to cry. And like she's like, I don't even know I don't even know what's right or wrong anymore. Like she's like confused. She's confused. I'm confused. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck is happening right now. Here comes Demi
Oh,
and
jeez.
Jesse's like, let's make this a family affair. It's like, let's not. Like, let's just not.
Yeah.
So Demi comes in and Whitney just goes, Demi, please like leave. Just leave me alone. She goes, no, you're talking about me, so I'm gonna be here. You were just out in the living room talking about her.
Right, right.
So like just leave it alone.
Stop
Like
inserting yourself
not
everywhere.
everything needs to be addressed in that moment. Not everything needs to have everyone present for every conversation. Like this is a conversation for you two. Oh no, we're in the middle of it now. Like no, just take that offline. Like no one needs to hear all this shit. So Whitney's in there. Jen is saying like, you yelling right now is not helping. Like you're like this is like you need to leave. And Demi starts attacking Jen for like, no, like this is between me and her. And then Macy finally was like, you're being a bitch. Like she was like, I'm just gonna straight say it, you're being a bitch. She goes, I'm not being a bitch. She's being the bitch. Like she's always been the bitch. And now the two puppies over here. And then Demi's like saying that they're having like some like minion fest. And Macy's like, what the fuck? Like no one understands what this girl is saying. Like I didn't understand any references that she's saying. She's calling Macy and Jen two little puppies besides Whitney. And then finally Jessie steps in and she goes, I just think that like everyone is like coddling Whitney, but when it came out that Demi said what she said about Jen last night, like no one was willing to forgive Demi. But Whitney's been over here talking shit about Taylor, but we're gonna forgive. But again, it goes back to Whitney wasn't trying to be friends with Taylor, wasn't trying to be fake with Taylor.
Yeah, yeah.
Demi's out there trying to be friends with Jen and like saying that she's close with Jen and like FaceTiming her and trying to act all mature when really she's saying that she's too Mormon in the
Couldn't shut
corner.
up.
So
Yeah.
you're being two-faced. Like Whitney, to my knowledge, wasn't trying to be two-faced to Taylor. She was being very clear, like, I don't want to be friends with her.
Right,
I'm
right.
not talking to her. I don't
Yeah,
want to be
I'm not
friends with
gonna show
her.
up to her baby shower.
Yeah, like
I don't care if we talk. Like,
so I don't really necessarily agree with Jessie in that statement. Like Demi should just go away. So then they're all talking and Taylor goes, anyone else have any last things to say? Now's your time to say it. And Michaela's just like laying on the bed. She goes, I do have one thing to say. She goes, aren't we supposed to go to dinner at 6:00? And so they're all like, oh shit, yeah, we gotta get ready. So then they all start getting ready. The two people that were not really in the drama were Layla and Michaela this whole episode. And it was like really funny. Like Michaela's face was like, I am not touching this at a 10-foot pole. I do not want any parts of this. And then Layla's just over there trying to hook up with Demi and Brett. So, you know, it's fine. And Layla's face the entire episode, like, her eyes were just like, "What
The
the
hell's going
fuck is
on?
happening?"
Nice.
Jessie did add that and this comment really got to Whitney. She says that she feels like when Whitney gets what she wants out of a friendship, she just moves on. And so she feels like it's been a revolving door with who gets to be close with Whitney. And then, like, Whitney, there's drama, and then Whitney just, like, leaves that friendship and she doesn't try to work on it.
Uh,
So they're all getting ready, and it cuts to Macy and Whitney laying in bed together, like just laying next to each other, and Whitney's crying. And Taylor, when Jessie said that, sorry, back up. Taylor, when Jessie said that, was like, well, that's why I wanted to talk to you, like talk it out with you, because you act like you don't care sometimes, but I think you actually do care, but you just don't know how to like address it. And so when Macy and Whitney were laying in bed together talking about this and Whitney's crying, and Macy goes, I think Taylor's right. Like, you do care. Like, you do care. And, you know, like, that's a good thing. Like, but we just need to work on, like, how you handle situations.
yeah.
And so Whitney's just really upset the rest of the night. So they go to dinner. They're all sitting at the table. Like, Whitney is, like, trying not to cry, but she's, like, crying a little bit. And then she gets up to, like, excuse herself to go to the bathroom. Emmy's just acting like nothing has
Jeez.
fucking happened. She's, like, laughing, taking photos. I get trying to, like, move on for the night's sake, but, like, it literally looks like nothing has bothered her. And when Whitney leaves, Demi goes, good, she should feel the sting of what she's done to other people. And, like,
Oh,
it's just, like,
jeez.
she's so stuck on, like, making Whitney feel bad for what
Yeah.
she's done, but, like, that's also a shitty way of, like, you're not her mother. It's not, like, learn your lesson by doing wrong. It's
Right.
I don't know.
But this is Macy's birthday.
Yeah, yeah, and Macy's sitting
What?
there, like, wearing a crown and sash, and, like, she's just like,
Just
"Yeah."
around all this drama.
Yeah. So you can hear a producer in the bathroom talking to Whitney, and Whitney's crying. And like she's just like, I just like can't do this right now. I can't sit there. And the producer's like, you can't. She's like, no, I'll be fine. Like I just need a minute. So she goes to the bathroom, she cries, she comes back out, and she comes back out with the cake and she starts singing. I don't know why the editors did this or the cameraman did this, but then they zoom in and she has like toilet paper stuck to her foot. And I'm like, this poor girl, like, oh my God. I'm like, of all things, like zoom in on her foot, that's toilet paper. And then like it never gets mentioned. It's not like any of the girls make fun of her for it or something. It's just like so unnecessary of an edit. And
Jeez.
it ends with Whitney saying that if this is where mom talk is headed, she doesn't know if she wants to be a part of this anymore. So she's basically saying kind of all these friendships are fake. Everyone's just sitting here acting like nothing fucking happened. Like
Yeah.
she's like, this is just sad. Like this is sad that we're all just okay with how this weekend has gone.
Yeah. Well, like an episode or two ago, she was trying to take it over and be the leader of it.
Yeah.
And now she's done with it. She's done with all these fake girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. It
This is
was
a lot to take in, huh?
It was more than a lot. I still don't think I fully comprehend anything that Demi was saying. She made absolutely no sense. Like, there was just, like, no, like, train of thought. Like, the
Just
train
wasn't
of
coming
thought, it
together.
was just anything that popped in her head, like, she said it out loud, whether it made sense or not. Like,
Yeah, just trying to rag on everybody, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That was a lot.
Well, how do you think I feel? I'm hearing it from you. You watched it, then you tell me about it.
Yeah.
Here I am. I got no fucking clue what's going on.
It shows, cuts for the next week or next couple weeks. I'm not sure if the cuts I saw are just for next episode. I'm gonna need like 3 hours to watch
Is it going to
this
be
thing.
another shit show?
Yeah, it's like they're in Vegas,
Oh,
and
jeez.
Whitney seems like she's like taking a break from the group. They
Okay.
show her with her family a little bit more. Zach, Jen's husband, is with them in Vegas. Seems like he might have a gambling thing that might be gambling problem maybe.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah, so some drama next week
All
definitely
right.
coming up.
Nice. Nice.
Vegas strippers, people crying. Yeah. If that's all in one episode, it's gonna whew, it's gonna be a lot.
Oh, we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Go ahead. Be sure to download, like, follow, rate, comment, whatever you do on the podcast platform that you're listening to us on. It would help us out. We appreciate it. And follow us at Reality Hits Matt. That's Reality Hits MAT, just one T Matt on Instagram. Shoot us an email at realityhitsmatt@gmail.com. Thanks.
Thanks, everyone.